everybody, and welcome to your Indie Snapshot for today. A really special Indie Snapshot, actually, as this is Rogue Legacy, something that is currently in a closed beta demo of sorts. And in being that, I'm really excited that I was able to get my hands on a nice press copy to show you guys, as this game is really something special and something, if you weren't already aware of, should be aware of, and I'm happy to do that for you. And happy to bring you Rogue Legacy. Well, Rogue Legacy, the real question will be on your minds, rather, is what is Rogue Legacy? And maybe by the title you can kind of determine that it's a roguelike. I sure hope you could determine that much, otherwise my viewers are a little stupider than I thought. Rogue Legacy is not only just a roguelike, it's a 2D platforming kind of action roguelike with elements of Metroidvania and a lot of randomly generated numbers and special abilities and whatnot. In order to show that to you in full, I'm going to hit start. We're going to get right into the castle, and as you can see, I'm playing as somebody right away. We have a few things unlocked here, but I'm going to show you the gameplay first. We're going to skip all of this, and we're going to talk about the gameplay first, and then, oh Jesus, actually, I have a lot of money. I'm not going to talk about the gameplay first, because that directly will destroy everything I've done. So we're going to start with the upgrade system. So, in Rogue Legacy, you play through a randomly generated castle, at least in the demo you do, and as you play through the castle, you collect money. At the end of your life, that money is passed on to your heir, which we'll talk about when that menu shows up. You are then allowed to spend your money on a talent tree-like system, which is what you're looking at like now, and the people that are littering the courtyard right outside the castle. So, with the money we have, you can take a look at the bottom right, we have a 390 gold. And we want to spend as much of it as possible before we go run the castle. We don't want to save any of it up. And this is important to note because a lot of times, especially for bigger upgrades, you're looking at something that's going to cost you, for instance, every time I upgrade my health, it's going to up the amount of gold that I have to spend. The next health upgrade is going to cost me 240 gold. So a lot of people, including myself, what I'll do is I'll do run after run after run after run of a game just to save up and stock up cash, and then I can buy the upgrade I so desperately crave. But you can't do that in Rogue Legacy, and I'll show you why in a minute. So let's take a look. What else we've got? We've got magic defense. We can upgrade the mage class to become something much more powerful. All the base classes, the three base classes rather, are knight, barbarian, and mage. And then as you play, there are other versions of that you'll eventually upgrade. So the most recent one that I purchased was the knight upgrade. I was able to, or not the most recent, but one of the most recent. I was able to upgrade my knight to a paladin. What that does is allow me to hold down Y and block incoming attacks. And instead of draining health, it'll drain my mana, which is much more manageable. On the other hand, I was able to upgrade the Barbarian to become Barbarian King. I can press the Y button to cast a shout that knocks virtually everything away. I'm very much a spoof, and they do show it in the picture when you upgrade it, a spoof on Skyrim's Fus Ro Da. I think they call it Rufos Do or something. It's pretty funny. We also have a whole new class down here that takes 305 gold called the Shinobi, which I'm looking forward to getting my hands on really quickly. So we exit the manor. We also have a blacksmith that I unlocked really early on, and I can spend my money on purchasing a new helmet, a squire helm, which will give me more health and more mana. We also have a squire chest, which is going to give me a little bit of extra armor. It's going to add to my weight overall, though. Some squire limbs, which is going to give me some more magic, but more weight as well. And something completely... All these require blueprints. Everything with a question mark, I need to find the blueprint for in the castle. So I'm going to actually purchase the helmet, spend 150 on the helmet, and we're going to have this new squire helmet. Look at that. It's gold, it's visual, it's represented, which is a personal kind of thing that I really like, is that upgrades actually look like upgrades. Over here, we have our enchantress, which we can spend money on to give us a buff for... I don't know if it's because I haven't done it yet. I'm not sure if it's for just one run or if it's going to be for the entirety of the campaign. And we also have the architect, and his ability is you can spend money, and since the dungeon or the castle is randomly generated every single time you play, I can pay this guy and spend money for my next person, or for the person I'm playing as, to have the same exact castle layout as the person who died before me. So say the run prior to this one, I really liked how the castle was laid out. I found it manageable, I did well, and I want to keep that. I can spend money and keep it at that particular way. So this guy is going to cost me, oops, I think I just spent money. I spent $50 and I just did that. So it's going to cost 50 gold, and it will keep the dungeon the way it was before. Now, I was talking about why it's important to spend all your gold before you go into the dungeon. The reason you want to do that is because every time you go into the dungeon, this guy will take all of your money first. So if you have 300 gold that you didn't spend and you go into the dungeon, he will take all of your gold, whether it be 1 gold or 100,000 gold. If you don't spend it, he will take it. So the game encourages you to spend all your money. At the same time, with upgrades getting more and more expensive and certain upgrades are costing a ton, it also kind of encourages you to get better at the game, learn enemies' habits and how they attack, and survive longer. And in doing that, getting more money. At the same time, we also have this map here showing a castle, a dungeon, a forest, and a tower. Right now in this demo, all I have access to is the castle, but there will be 4 parts, and now I'm very curious if this game is going to be very Spelunky-like, in that as I play the game and get better and explore all these things as they are unlocked, obviously, when the full game comes out, if they'll provide shortcuts to it. And I'm curious if that's what this big door is for. If I could take like a shortcut eventually to like the forest, if I just want to run the forest for a particular item or a particular boss that I want to fight, etc., etc. But let's get playing. Again, like I said before, it's a side-scrolling 2D kind of game. Every time I get hit, my guy is going to swear. I need to make sure my jump is a little bit less so than that. This guy fires 3 fireballs, and then I can happily attack him. We also have a big knight here. Oh! These spiked floors are such a pain in the ass. We're going to spend a little mana here and send the chakra out. This chakra does launch forward, but I'm pretty sure the tooltip for the spell says, be careful for its return trip, and in that, I'm assuming it means it can hit me on its way back. This guy's kind of a pain in the ass, because he shoots this arc. Let's see if we can kill him off. There we go. Dropping some money. A lot of skeletons. Hopefully they go down in one hit, because they're just skeletons, for Christ's sake. I should block more since I am a paladin, and I'm allowed to block. Something that I probably should get used to if I'm going to play this class a lot. Alright, let's, okay, come on. So I like that there's inherent bonuses built into each class as well. With the mage not attacking as much, they can cast their spells a lot more often with more mana. Which, you know, with certain people's playstyles and tactics, it basically encourages different playstyles in the game. One thing I really want to talk about here is the pixelated art style. And the reason I really want to talk about this is because a lot of the indie games have been doing this kind of Super Nintendo kind of style. Whoop, ow, ow, I just gotta get closer. Oh, come on. There we go. A lot of indie games indie developers have been doing this very kind of pixelated Super Nintendo art style as they develop games, and a lot of people have been complaining about that. I'm in the boat that I'm totally okay with it. I like it a whole lot. And this game has a lot of charm to it, the way it looks. Very, very cartoony in essence. But what I really like about it is the animations. They are relatively simple, but they have a lot of character behind it. For instance, just the way the heroes run with their sword out, kind of thrust out behind them, all heroic looking and marching down the hallway, you know, shield by their side. Just looks awesome, and it's very, very kind of cool. Alright, so we've come across our first special room that I want to talk about here. So there are certain rooms that a castle could potentially have. One is the fairy room, I like to call it. It has a fairy chest. And the fairy chest is a chest that you can only unlock if you meet the room's specific requirements. And this particular room is take no damage. Some rooms are kill all enemies, and I'm sure there are a ton of others otherwise. So let's try to take no damage and get to the fairy chest here. I'm curious how well this is going to end up going. Probably not very well. We know I'm safe in that corner. It takes me to... I have to look. It's going to take a lot of looking. This is going to be incredibly difficult. Let's see if I can get down. Oh, God. Oh, I did it! Oh, my God, I just went down so fast. And we got a sword rune. Oh, God, I don't care if I take damage now. Oh, God, this is going to kill me. Oh, I'm so dead now. Getting out of here is going to be impossible. But I'm... Oh, holy shit. Oh, I'm alive. This game, it makes me really anxious sometimes just because of how incredibly dangerous it can be. Let's go to the right here and see what's in this room. Oh, God, I think this is the boss room. I've not fought the boss yet. I can teleport to wherever there's a teleportation marker. And this is the opening part of the level here, but there's no point going back there because I can't heal myself. I would love some sort of steak or health. I like how its hunk of meat is the health that it'll give you. Very similar to Castlevania. Alright, let's take a look. Okay. Kidir, the gatekeeper. This is going to go horribly. If I can do some damage to it, I'll accept that as a success. Okay, he's looking at me. I'm a little nervous that he's gonna do like a laser blast on me. Alright, I'm gonna try and work work it and just stay in this corner here. And I'm curious if this will allow me to do this. Maybe if this boss isn't nearly as hard as I thought he was going to be. Oh! Or I could just walk into his projectile and be really stupid. Alright, so we did actually really, really well in that particular run. We're going to hit start. One of the other things I really like about the game is how easy it is to just jump into the game and play the next round. We also got a rune to hand in, so we've got a paladins and a knave. So, this is the Heir system I was talking about. If we go left... Okay. Can I hit view family tree? Why do I... Ah, weird. Okay, so, not sure if this is a bug or just not in, but usually... It'll show me all the heirs, all the way back that led up to Sir Seller the Second, the Paladin. And I really like that a lot. I'm curious if it's why it's not showing all the heirs right now. But if I play this character and many, many others and they all die, eventually I can just go left and take a look at all the characters I've played. A neat little kind of bizarre piece of kind of flavor or flair to throw onto the game. So we've got each character. You're going to be presented with 3 heirs to play as after you die. And each one is randomly generated. You can have a randomly generated class, whether it be Paladin, Mage, or Barbarian, and then obviously others as you unlock. They're going to have randomly generated traits. This one has no traits. Now, I've seen a maximum of 2 traits on a character, but I know there's as little as none, obviously. And they have a randomly generated spell. The spell's a dagger. But let's go to somebody with a trait. None of them have traits. That's horrible. I'm going to play as the Knave. The Knave is a risky hero. They have low stats, but land devastating critical strikes. Let's just play this one, see what we've got. So we've got 600 gold to spend. I'm going to go unlock the Shinobi. I'm hoping the Shinobi is awesome. I'm very curious what will happen when we unlock it. The Deadly Shinobi, a super fast, super deadly warrior who wears a super headband. They can't take a lot of hits, but they can dish out the pain. Believe it. Oh, that's the worst reference to put in this game. Why would you put that frickin' Naruto reference in there? We can do critical chance up. Let's see, we can upgrade our stats. Or we can go over here and lower Sharon's toll by learning to barter with death itself. That takes 1,210 gold. That way we can save gold over. That is awesome. But look, that takes 1,210 gold. That's a hell of a good run. That's awesome. I really, really like that a lot. We can upgrade the mage as well. But I'm going to save the money and go spend it with the blacksmith. Actually, let's take a look over here with the enchantress. So we've got Siphon Rune. Steals mana from slain enemies. Multiple runes stack for increased mana drain. Useful. We have the Spirit Rune, which is gain the power to dash short distances. We could dash. That's also really useful. Grants the power to jump in the air. Multiple rune stack, allowing for multiple jumps. So a double jump. Let's unlock that one. I'm curious if this will last. So we can do a double jump now, which is awesome. I love the upgrades. Oh, it looks like they will be permanent. If you take a look at the bottom left, we'll have 5 rune slots, which will allow for a ton of customization, which is really cool. Let's confirm and spend the rest of our money and head back in. So the more I play this game, the more I'm incredibly impressed by how much depth there is to the game as you play. There's a ton of runes and a ton of gear to unlock, and in that there's going to be a lot of customization for particular runs you might want to kind of do. Let's just kill him off. So we want to do that. So there's a down attack, obviously, and these green balls are only activated with downward attacks. I would like to collect as much money as possible. I want to take out this eyeball, though. And you have to time it kind of really perfectly as well, because the down attack does not last forever. It's actually a really short period of time. Whoa! That'll do that. Oh, good. Can we just take him out? Awesome. For somebody who doesn't do that much damage, with the Knave class, I'm actually doing a pretty decent amount. Though I'm sure later on, enemies have become much, much more difficult to attack. Whoop. Okay. Oh, well, nice. Critical strike at about half his health. Holy crap, that's really good. Let's just move down this way. Bust this open for some money. Skeleton, not hugely worried about. They don't do a ton of damage. Or they're not, they're super weak. Oh, dear God, there's a ton of shit attacking over here. What do we got? A lot of money. We got a little bit over 100 gold there. Oh, are you serious? I'm dead. I'm so bad at this game. All right, well, hopefully we'll show off some traits. Alright, good. Here's some traits right here. So this one has Hypergonadism. You are perma-roided. Every attack knocks enemies back further. That is a great one. I've seen some really, really bizarre freaking upgrades. One including nearsightedness, which the area immediately around my character was clear and able to see, but everything else was blurry. I've had irritable bowel syndrome, which made my character fart a lot. Tourette's, which made him swear every time he got hit. We've had colorblind, which everything was black and white. Just some really hilarious but unnecessary traits that add, again, the thing that really sells me on this game. It adds a lot of character, a lot of charm to the game, which I like. Hypergonadism, probably the one I'm going to take, but I'll take a look at what else we have. That has none. Dwarfism, you never get to ride roller coasters. Now, and we have also Dextrocardia. Your MP and HP pools are swapped. Who knew? Now, I originally thought Dwarfism was just a kind of a funny trait that didn't do anything. Another part of this game that I really like, and kind of it's the whole new game thing, is that there's secret kind of benefits to it. And when I say it's a whole new game thing, I mean the discovery of benefits throughout playing a new game without knowing anything about it. So Dwarfism, not only does it make you short, but if I walked on the spiked floors, I'm so small, it doesn't set off the spiked floors, which I think is pretty freaking cool. So we're going to play Lady Jenny, the Barbarian Queen, who's going to be hopefully awesome, who's ultra roided out. So let's just go spend this on some extra gear. Let's take a look at what we've got. We've got some extra armor. Let's do it. Give us some extra armor. Up, 350 to unlock. How about this? 200 to unlock. Give us a little extra magic, a little extra mana. And there we go. Now we're getting gold armor as we play, which I like. Again, something that I personally just enjoy seeing is like the visual acknowledgement that I'm getting better gear. The whole paper doll effect that I really like. Now let's just see. Hopefully this run will be a really good one. So we are our barbarian here, who has a shout apparently, but I don't know exactly how to make him shout. Oh, I hit Y. Y will shout. Just like okay. Okay, can we not get attacked by bullets off the screen that I can't see? That'd be good. Alright, let's see if we can attack it. Yeah, there we go. Killing enemies, sometimes it's just easier to avoid them, kind of like in any roguelike, but also the benefit of the money and just removing them from the map is also a huge benefit that you kind of have to kind of risk versus reward situation. Alright, we got that. Let's just, God, stupid spike. I hate the fireball ones. I don't know if I hate the fireball ones or the ice ones worse, though, because the ice ones fire in an area, but I can get between them. The fireball ones tend to just be annoying because they fire 3 high fireballs and they adjust where they're aiming. Oh, wow, we upgraded our health. Stat increase. I'm curious. I'm assuming that's a permanent stat increase for all heirs from now on. Alright, so... Oop, Carnival. Okay, this is another special room, the Carnival. Let's take a look at what this guy's got. Hi there, let's see how good you are at your skills. You only get 1 shot, but it's free of charge. If you succeed, you get a nice reward. So basically the one is I get to throw 5 axes, and I have to take out as many of these targets as I possibly can in doing so. And I'm gonna do my best to make sure that happens. I only got 2 axes left. I'm not entirely sure this is gonna go so well. Nope, this is not gonna go well. I'm sure there's definitely a target or a tactic to do this. I left 20 behind, but I got 400 gold. Now, if I left 10 or less behind, he would have given me a secret prize. But, I did not end up doing it. So we're just going to go down here and check out this room over here. I hate this room. That does not do much, but the Frus Roda doesn't do any damage, but it did make the enemies actually much more manageable there. There we go. And I can knock enemies back, which is good with my hypergonadism or whatever it was. This is the beefiest woman ever. I would date her. Okay, let's back up a little bit, wait for a picture frame to come back. I frigged that up. Okay. Alright. Okay, good. Whoa! Okay. Let's just keep attacking him. Oh, don't die. I want to get all the money. Oh, I didn't get any money there, but I got this, which is excellent. I will throw an axe, hopefully. Double jumping is actually incredibly useful, which is... I completely forgot that I had the ability to do. Alright. Woo! I could really, really use some frickin' meat right now. Up my health, even the slightest, would help me just survive. I'd like to get to the boss fight and try it again. I feel like I know how to fight the boss. The eyeballs. The giant eyeball fight. Oh. I think I can do a double jump up and around and survive. I just want to see if I can get the chest here. Whoop! Collect all the money. Alright, we are in a really dangerous looking room here. Let's hope that I don't end up dying because of it. Another thing I gotta learn to do in this game is pace myself. Defeat all enemies. This is the fairy chest of defeating all enemies. Oh, picture frame done me in. Well, I think that's gonna be my look here at Rogue Legacy. Really, really cool game. I thoroughly enjoy it. I highly suggest playing with the gamepad over the keyboard, though you can play with the keyboard. It just didn't click with me, as these types of games typically don't, unless I'm playing with the gamepad. But the style, the charm, the hilarity, the cool upgrades, the depth of upgrades, which I wasn't aware was so deep that are there, that I'm just easily able to customize, the number of unlockables, really kind of drive home the comeback. I just got to play one more round, just one more run, just one more run. It's got that addictive charm to it. And the fact that I've only spent about a day to 2 days with it, and I fell in love with it so quickly, is really something special, as a lot of these types of games really require a bit of investment. Even on The Binding of Isaac, it took me a little while to get addicted to that game, but boy did I get addicted. But this one, it just, the ability to just play and maybe play 1 or 2 runs in the span of a half hour to 45 minutes really drives me coming back. So I hope you guys go check this out. It's going to be Rogue Legacy, voted up on Steam Greenlight. It's going to be worth it, I promise you guys. And thank you so much to the company for allowing me, Cellar Door Games rather, I shouldn't call them the company, Cellar Door Games, for hooking me up with the press copy to play and show off and show all you guys to check it out. So thank you so much for playing and watching, and I will see you next time.